Hello everybody, N.O.V.A videos here, and we're playing the campaign Eye of the Storm. It's been a while since I've made a video. The last video I recorded was in November of last year, which was about 6 months ago. So yeah, I know it's been a while, but I've just been busy with life, as always. But nobody watches these videos anyway, so I don't think it matters how often I upload. And so I figured I would just talk about whatever is going on in my life currently, and whatever like is on top of my head, you know, whatever I'm thinking about. So it probably won't make a lot of sense to someone who, you know, isn't a part of my life, since they're gonna have no idea what I'm talking about, but oh well. So let's think of what to talk about. Well, I'll talk about the good news in my life that I got recently. So I'm gonna need to add a little context for this. So essentially, I've got flat feet and scoliosis. It's not bad scoliosis, in like I wasn't unable to walk, basically. I don't know what bad scoliosis is like, but I didn't have bad scoliosis, so, you know, I was fine. I could do activities, but it just wasn't good, you know? And so I went through a course for treatment for it. For about 6 months. And yeah, well, I had it. And then I had good progress, but you see, the person who was my doctor opened up a new clinic, and she was like, "Oh no, you're not healthy. Yeah, you had the 6-month treatment, but no, you're not healthy anymore. You need to buy my treatment, which is expensive, for another 3 months." It was. And like, since we were good, you know, we even had treatment. It just sounded suspicious. Like, since she opened up her own clinic, it just sounded like she was selling us her thing instead of actually caring about our health. And it just seemed like, you know, she just was doing it for the business and for the money. So we visited another doctor, and the other doctor said, "No, you're perfectly fine. You're perfectly healthy. There's nothing wrong with you. You don't need to buy any treatment. You can just do some exercises at your home and you'll be fine." And you see, that's good news, because see, my body's fine. I can do any activity I want. So I used to do rugby before I started going through the course. I won't be able to do rugby now since I don't have enough time, but, you know, if I wanted to, I could. Since, you know, my body is no longer an issue that I have to worry about. And as well as that, I can wear normal shoes again, since I don't have to put stuff in my shoes to make my feet not be flat anymore. I can just put on normal shoes. Since why are they just dying? I've never seen that happen before. But anyway, essentially, I'm healthy now. I'm normal again. Yay! How nice, how exciting. Anyway, that's the recent good news in my life that I've had. Oops. You know, it just made me happy. You know, I don't really get good news that much. How do I do this? Do I just snipe him? I guess I can. You know, another thing that's on my mind is how much my voice has changed. Whenever I speak, whenever I speak to people, they just think I'm much older than I actually am. And from what I've heard, people when they hear my voice, they think I am about the age of like 18 to 21. That's what I've been told. And you know, it's making me confident. You know, when I was a kid, I remember I used to be embarrassed to speak, because like to use voice chat, because I thought I would just be, you know, roasted for my voice since I was squeaky, you know, like every kid. But now, you know, I can confidently speak without having to worry about what people think about my voice. And you know, it's also good news. Because I love speaking, you know, it's fun to speak in games. Like, use voice chat and stuff. Like, honestly, using voice chat just makes the game much more fun, since, you know, it's more human, I guess. More personal than just, you know, just plain text, which doesn't really convey any emotion, you know?
That did it! Good job, mate!
Yeah, we did it.
Antennas are up and functional. Let's see about this artifact of yours.
It's just like that one Half-Life 1 room. That sentence makes no sense, but anyway, it just reminds me of one room in Half-Life 1. Wow. Amazing. Truly. What is the point of this room? There's nothing in here. You can't even enter it. Wow, excellent level design.
Rufus, I'm back in the control room. Everything seems to be up and functional. What next?
Next is you pressing the big magic button on the control panel. You can't miss it. Ask and ye shall receive. See this reading over here? 10 to 1 says that's
what else should I
the
talk
voice
about?
like a lady you're looking.
Perfect.
Well, I guess I can talk about this one Discord server that I'm in. I won't mention what server it is, but, you know, I'll just talk about it. So, I'm in this server, basically, and it's like a... It's just a regular Discord server, you know, people go there to talk. Okay, so... I'm in the server, right, and there's this one girl. You know, she's a friend, but she's, like, weird. I'll talk about her, I guess, since she's on my mind, because of how interesting she is. So, essentially, she's a huge red flag. She's, I don't know, bipolar, I guess. She can block... The first time she joined, she stayed around for about a week before we were apparently ignoring her. Then she left for one day. She came, like, she left. She said that we were terrible people, but at first she seemed like she was fine with me, but then she decided that, oh no, I'm a terrible person. She told me to go kill myself. She told the others in the server to go kill themselves, and she blocked me. The next day she returned because apparently her boyfriend was in the server. Yeah, he was. That was weird. Anyway, so she returned and she stayed around, but this time we actually became good friends, you know. I added her on TikTok. We used to send each other videos, and, you know, we used to talk. We used to have a good time, basically, until, like, a couple days later, where she left the server again. It came back soon after. Like, she's very weird. She keeps leaving and rejoining. She even broke up with her boyfriend, you know, the person who's in the server. They didn't meet from the server, obviously. They both joined after, loving each other, I guess. I'm explaining this terribly right now. Well, I hope it makes sense. It doesn't matter anyway. Nobody's watching this. So she rejoined again, and everything seems fine until not until yesterday, actually. No, there was this time where she broke up with her boyfriend because he kept sending her, you know, those TikTok stickers, you know, the nudge and whatnot. And she broke up with him for that reason. That was dumb. But, like, 1 hour later, she was like, oh, I miss you, please, let's get together again. And so they got together again. And turns out she'd actually broken up with him many times before, but kept, you know, getting back together again. And, you know, the boyfriend even commented to me about how he was a cuck, essentially, for doing all that. It was kind of funny.
People don't give my genius the credit it so blatantly deserves.
Let's move.
But you see, recently, yesterday it was, she left the server because we were ignoring her again, apparently. Even though we weren't, we were directly commenting on the fact that we were ignoring her as a joke, like, oh, do you guys hear anyone talking right now? But no, she was like, no, you're ignoring me. And she left the server, and this time she blocked all of us. Even like random people that she had no issues with, she even blocked them. And yeah, that sucks, I guess. Like, she was an interesting person. She was a cool person if she was good with you, but she's very, I don't know. She's not aggressive, but she's just not friendly, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how to describe her. She's interesting, basically. And yeah, she's gone now. So that's sad. Anyway, that's enough about Discord. So since you know, for my body, I decided to start swimming. You know, I'm in this swimming class, and you know, we swim. Can you believe it? You swim in a swimming class. Wow, how unbelievable. But yeah, anyway, I've been swimming since it's good for your health, and turns out I'm actually a pretty good swimmer. I'm pretty fast. I'm nearly the fastest in the swimming class that I'm in. My issue is that I'm not too fast with my legs. Like, I mostly use my legs for balancing rather than for speed. I mean, obviously you're not meant to use your legs purely for speed, but you know, I'm not really that fast with my legs. But I've got really good arms, you know, I'm pretty quick with my arms. So yeah, it turns out I'm a good swimmer. That's wonderful. You know, that made me happy. I used to go swimming when I was a kid, from like when I was about 4 to 8 years old, but then I quit because I was really tired of it. Because even then I was swimming because of a doctor that told us, wait, which button? Oh, Q. Q is the button for shooting explosives.
No time for elegant approaches. Blast the gate.
There we go.
And here's the welcoming committee. Top of the morning, kid. Yeah, that's right. Where's the cat?
Enjoying yourself back there?
You have no idea. Say, you never told me.
What?
Whatever happened between you and, what was the name? That sweet little number you met while we were stationed on Theta. The one with the green eyes.
The one with the green eyes?
Yeah, and the laugh.
The laugh?
Yeah. And when she laughed, it was like two people laughing at the same time.
There's an army of Goldserites putting a lot of effort into ending our lives right now, and you want to talk about a girl I knew on Theta?
What do you want to talk about?
Nothing.
Was it Rachel?
Good.
Remember her friend, the one with you know.
With the what?
You know, the spectacular. Remember, and we were all out one night. We snuck on the base, and I was trying to show off, and I ended up blowing one of our comm satellites up in orbit, remember? And the whole night sky. It was like a freaking oil painting all of a sudden. You remember? Wanted to make it. Wanted to remain.
Oh shit.
Now?
Not doing too well.
Name. Never did.
What the hell did you mean?
She never told me her name.
You're kidding me.
Am not.
You were with her for what? Like months? A year?
Something like that.
And you never learned her name.
That's right.
What the hell did you call her that?
I don't know. Name. Whatever crossed my mind. She answers to all of them.
That's kind of messed up.
That was kind of our thing. Close, but not close. But close.
So whatever happened to her?
War broke out. We left Theta. That's what happened to her.
Ever think of going back?
What? Track her down? Call her up? Hey, how you been?
That's a road festooned with hurdles and hindrances laced before us. This beauty can ride hard, but even she has a breaking point. Let's take the 4x4.
Whatever you say.
I'll drive, you handle the gun.
Oh, the mech is gone.
Big gap.
Wow.
Don't worry, I know a shortcut.
Oh man, the sensitivity is so high with BlueStacks when you're on the car.
Whoa!
Wow. Hopefully the game doesn't crash. I don't think it should. No, we're good. On my phone, this map just refused to load. It would always crash. or on my old phone that I used to use. Not anymore. I can't use that phone now because you see, the screen of that phone broke accidentally. I dropped it pretty terribly because of a coincidence, and it was fucked. The phone worked, but the screen just wouldn't turn on. So I decided to get a replacement. But you see, official screens were really expensive, so I got some third-party screen. And that was the worst screen I've ever used. It had horrible ghost touch issues. It had horrible touch recognition. It would, if my hands were slightly sweaty, it would just immediately freak out. And then eventually the screen stopped working completely. It just wouldn't turn on anymore. So that was a terrible experience. And the phone I have now doesn't even run Nova 3 because it's under Android 16. And yeah, well, the game is just too old for Android 16. That's very sad.
Looks like it's the end of the line.
Wow. Alright, there you go. And that's the end of the chapter. Wow. Let's see. Prometheus is about to pop up. Look at him. Wow. Wow.
I've been dying to have a word with you.
Anyways, that's it. I'm not watching this for the millionth time. 120 headshots, 36 blast kills, total enemies 209%, accuracy 61%. Wow, that's decent. Anyways, thanks for watching this video, and goodbye.